The new year is here, so let's talk about goals. Specifically, this video is for the people who have tried SMART goals and different goal setting frameworks, but nothing ever really seems to work and it just makes you feel terrible about yourself. To have this conversation, we need to start with talking about why we set goals in the first place. I love this quote from a book called U-Turn by Ashley Stahl, where she writes, "Goals are just something we chase because of how we think they'll make us feel when we reach them." So goals are ultimately about feelings. Maybe you're setting a certain goal because you want to feel accomplished or successful or smart or proud or worthy or happy or secure or whatever. Point is, when we set goals, they are based on assumptions of feelings we'll have when we reach it. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I do think there are two downsides to this method of goal setting that we need to acknowledge. One is that those assumptions may or may not be accurate. So when you do achieve a goal, you might sometimes just find that it doesn't actually bring that joy or happiness or whatever feeling it was that you were hoping for. Or that feeling is there, but it's extremely temporary and wears off really quickly and leaves you feeling like, okay, maybe that wasn't the right goal after all. I need to set a different goal and achieve that, a bigger, a better one. Hello, hustle culture. And two, when we do this, especially if we are ambitious and have a lot of goals, we can kind of slip into a mindset where now those positive feelings become conditional. It's a slippery slope from I want to achieve X because I think it'll make me happy to I won't be happy until I achieve X. So the question is, what do we do instead to combat these issues? I wanted to share something that has really worked for me, a mindset shift, a paradigm shift that has not only improved my goal setting and helped me achieve more, but also makes me feel better when I'm actually doing it. And that has been making the switch from achievement-based goals to embodiment goals. What is embodiment? That's a whole question that honestly has no real answer in the world of therapy and coaching and such, at least not yet. But what I mean when I talk about embodiment, especially in the context of goals, is that it's about shifting focus from what you're doing to who you're being. It's about taking our goals and internalizing them. So rather than saying, I want to achieve this weight loss goal or fitness goal or something, instead you could say, I want to be an active person who enjoys movement daily. Or instead of, I want to achieve this financial goal, you could say, I want to be a responsible steward of my financial resources. And to be clear, this doesn't mean that we aren't also going to have some achievement-based goals. It's good to have some numbers in mind sometimes. I certainly do as well. But it's about recognizing that, as the saying goes, if you want something you haven't gotten, you're gonna have to do things you haven't done. And I would add, be someone you haven't been. So here are a few journaling questions that you could ask yourself to really understand who you need to become in order to achieve your goals. 1. What actions would make my desired outcome the obvious natural result? Meaning, what are the things that you could do that eventually down the road, it's almost unavoidable that you're going to achieve the result that you're looking for? 2, who is the kind of person who effortlessly achieves this goal? Now, effortless is a relative term here, but what we're really trying to get at are, what are this person's qualities? What is their personality? What are their habits? What actions do they take every day or every week? You know how sometimes you have a friend or some person you know that achieves something really cool and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. They were the perfect person for that. It just seems like a very natural thing for them because they were the kind of person that would get that. And this isn't about changing anything on the outside. It's about those internal qualities. Is it resilience? Is it persistence? Is it charisma? Is it intellect and wisdom? Whatever those qualities are for the specific goal that you're trying to get to, identify them. Number 3, and this one is super important because this is really where the embodiment piece comes in. What does it feel like in my body to experience those qualities? So if we're talking about strength, for example, you can already see, like, this is what strength is like for me. It's like sitting tall. It's about having a broad chest, wide shoulders. Maybe my arms are outstretched, my chin is up, I'm confident, I'm looking someone in the eyes. That's what strength feels like in my body. And maybe that's different for you, and that's the point. What are the physical sensations, the physical movements, maybe even sounds, textures, feelings, whatever it is? What does your body feel like? What does it experience? What does it look like when you are embodying that quality? Whether that's strength, whether it's integrity, whether it's kindness and compassion. This is actually a really fun exercise to do sometimes, is just to name different qualities, name different things that you are aspiring to be, and then make a shape with your body that really showcases that. And it's not about like playing charades, you know, no one else has to understand it, no one else has to be able to guess or get it, but it's about knowing what does that feel like to you and your body and giving yourself that experience experience already. Number 4, to help you along the journey, what activities or actions bring out those qualities in me? So if we go back to the strength example, for example, for me, going to the gym really helps me feel strong. And so I love doing that because it really helps me just embody strength, not just physically, but then I can pull from that feeling in other areas of my life when I need emotional strength, mental strength, tenacity. So think about those qualities and think about different things that you could do just as a hobby or in the world that would help you feel that quality and embody and be that quality on a more regular basis. And question number 5, what can I do to embody and experience those qualities every day? What are the little habits? What are the little things that you can do? How are you going to become this person? So you can see this approach is not about hustling and pushing our way towards our goals. It's about becoming internally the kind of person that these achievements and goals are a natural match for. It's about creating identity shifts so that, for example, you want to go run a marathon. You don't just go for runs, you become a runner. It can be a subtle shift and it's really truly just like this energetic internal shift, but when it happens, you go from asking, am I going to go for a run today? Do I feel like going for a run today? Are the conditions perfect for the kind of run that I want to have? You instead shift to saying, yeah, I am a runner and I run every day, so of course I'm going for a run today. That's just who I am. Now all of these practical action steps are not necessarily like super new and intimidating anymore. They're going to be the first few times you do them, but when you make that shift to now I'm the kind of person that does this, then those actions just become what you normally do. It's a new standard to set for yourself and who you want to be. And that mental barrier that we can sometimes have to maintaining these actions and having consistent habits, it breaks right down. Honestly, this has been the biggest goal setting hack and mindset shift that has helped me actually achieve things consistently, reach goals, and build confidence while I do that, and also like enjoy my life as I do it. I know we don't really talk about enjoyment much when it comes to goal setting, but enjoying your life is important too. So I personally no longer really set a lot of goals around what I want to get or achieve, and I definitely don't create SMART goals anymore because they have never worked for me. Instead, I set goals around the feelings that I want to have, the experiences I want to have, the kind of person that I want to be in this lifetime. If you're looking for new tips on how to achieve a little bit more consistency with any new habits that you're setting up this year, I have a whole playlist dedicated just to that. I'm going to link it above on the screen and I highly suggest you check that out and watch that next. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up as that really helps me and my little channel grow. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you again next time. Bye.